And I'm back, am I, Sean? Yeah, okay. They've only fruit bats in Australia. That's not true. They've got many more. The bats, they'll come up your chimney and fly right in through your door. That's a long way of saying that you, my dear Maria Markey, a person of angelic inclinations, spent some of your life in Australia.
I did, yeah.
Wow. How long are you back?
Oh, a lifetime.
Are you really?
Yeah.
But you still seem, you talked about it so easily there when we were talking about bats. You said Australia's like Africa. I think it kind of gets in on you and holds you.
Oh, it does, it does.
I bet when you see Melbourne coming on television, you're going, oh, that's Melbourne.
Well, my sister's in Brisbane now. There's 5
Wow.
years we're a family, and my son's just gone out.
And has he gone out to your sister?
He has, yeah.
So what are you worrying about
I'm
then?
not worrying, he'll be fine.
Yeah, somebody else said this to me the other day. He says, it's terrible. He says, John McCall,
No.
John said, it's terrible. He says, I've just sent my boy off to Philadelphia. What am I going to do?
No.
Yeah, get it. Goodness gracious, great. You wind them up, you teach them as best you can, and you send them out into the world, don't you?
Yeah, he's just graduated, so.
What did he graduate in?
Politics, philosophy and economics.
Wow, I bet the Australians need him there, I tell you.
Well, there's an election coming up, so.
He'll get in
I
there.
don't think he's on professional mode at the moment, though.
No,
he's
but
happy enough.
yeah, well, that's all right too. You know, that's all right too. Your work in, your interest in angels now, where did that come from? Were you always interested in angels, or was there a moment when you had a kind of Pauline experience that you went, oh, I now believe in angels?
Well, I've gone back quite a few years. I would have read the books, and you know, my son used to buy me books that Lorna Byrne and that released. And
she's very famous, isn't
yeah,
she?
she is. Just different, just generally just reading a book or something, and for years. And then, yeah, there was at the end of last year, going through a trauma. I just started praying from a different place.
Wow.
You just start praying, and you just find that I was asking for help.
Something
from
was there
the
for
angels,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did ask God to send angels to help me through this particular period of my life.
And that happened.
Yeah,
Good girl.
it did happen.
So you're out the other side, or travelling out the other side.
Well, it's been a very rapid journey.
Wow,
I'm
just
talking
like
from the end of last year, yeah.
Things happen that
yeah,
quickly.
that fast, yeah.
You're blessed
I
with
am.
angels.
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
very lucky.
How do the angels manifest themselves to you?
I've seen them not as angels with wings. I've seen them as light figures.
Light figures.
Light figures,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
it's very hard to describe.
Where in your physicality, where in your life, where were you? What was the location for the light figures coming to you?
Actually, they appear to me at night time when you're very relaxed.
Yeah, wine.
That's pardon.
Wine on the
No,
go?
no, just relaxed. The main thing with the angels is you can connect with them better when you are
Really?
in a
Seriously?
relaxed.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. It's like I often say, it's like trying to remember somebody's name, and when you put pressure on yourself to remember it, you can't. But when you relax, it
But then you
comes
go through
to
the
you.
alphabet.
No,
and
well,
it comes
you
to
just
you.
be relaxed later on, not pushing it, and then that's
Yeah.
So they will connect with you much better when you are in a relaxed meditative state.
Yeah.
So.
And is it only, do you think, some folk who have the predisposition to accommodate that?
No, the message is very clear that they're being sent to help us in massive numbers, and everybody has the ability to connect.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
It's very, very strong message that we need to slow down, we need to appreciate life, we need to fulfill our talents, that our God-given talents, that we need to make the most of this journey, and they're there to help us.
You see, we can be worn down on the journey. We can lose sight of the fact that we have talents, and that in that loss of vision, we're beginning to almost self-censor and say, we can't do that. But in reality, we can, and if we were doing it to the to our full potential, then the world would be a better place. And is this what the God of the angels wants to happen?
Yeah,
make the world a better place?
Of course it is. The self-talk that we have with ourselves, it's like people talk about the ego as if it's, every, you know, egotistical, but our lower ego causes us so much problems as well, in that we don't believe that we can do half of what we're capable of. You know, we're not stepping forward with our talents. We're stuck in this rut, and I just find that, you know, if we ask for help, actually miracles happen.
Yeah.
You can't explain some of the things that happen, but obstacles are moved out of your way. Things are just, connections are made.
Could I suggest to you one of the greatest miracles of all is the smile of greeting with another human being,
That's simple,
where you say, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
It's lovely to see you today. And that is an angelic act. You're turning yourself into an angel.
It could change somebody's whole day.
Yeah.
It could change somebody's life, you just being friendly towards them. We, back in, I think it was April or May, I was guided to start up a Facebook page. Now, I was all things anti-Facebook up until this. And it was just to give a wee bit of daily inspiration. That's all. That was just me.
And the messages, do you write your own little messages?
I write messages, and I use just visual messages as well.
Yeah.
And it's just posting, and it's shared, it's liked. There's a lot of people reading it who aren't even able to sort of tick that box that they like it, because I just called it Enigma Healing. Basically, it's just to heal the hurt, you know, and once you heal the hurts, and you just move on then.
I met an angel yesterday, and I'm going to tell you about this angel yesterday. I have it here. I wrote about it this morning. This is true. And I honestly believe I met an angel yesterday, and she was a real live, breathing human being. Now, there's 5 or 6 sentences. I'll tell you it. May I? And then we can. I met a beautiful lady in Benny Fitzpatrick's shop in Warren Point yesterday. She was sitting in a wheelchair and would go from raffle shop to get an ice cream. That's what she told me. You're Rowan, she smiled. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I took her hand. I love reading you in the paper, she said. And where are you from, I asked. Carlingford Lodge, the answer. And I'm on the top floor. Oh, very posh, says I. The lady laughed, and I knew in the holding, right hand in right hand, why I write in the paper and why my Rowan's Rambles in the Democrat are now in their 14th year. Thank you, God, for arranging my meeting with the lady.
That's it, yeah.
She was a lady. She was an angel.
But she didn't have to say how much.
No, she'd never met me in her life before.
Yeah.
And I didn't meet her ever in my life.
But did that give you, how did you feel after meeting her?
It said to me, Rowan, in spite of the crap and the crud, you go to it. Yeah, and there she was. If I never ever did anything else, put on my tombstone, the lady in the wheelchair talked to him, and he talked back. That's the greatest compliment you could give me.
We haven't time.
So angels. The angel I found, actually, one of the angels, I did a documentary on television with Carol Ann Cray, who wrote a book about angels, and we were going up the road. We were going up to the mountain in Belfast, north of Belfast, the Napoleon's Nose and all of that, overlooking Belfast. And on the way up, we were up to film. We did our filming, and we're coming back down again, and met 2 ladies. They were sisters, and one had just, a year into having lost her son, her daughter, horribly murdered in Belfast, and she was in bits. And she said, "What's the book?" And I said, "Well, this is the book this woman wrote. It's about angels." "Oh," she said. And I said, "Look, have it. There you are. Have the book. Have the book." And at that moment of have the book, she started to cry and told us the story of the murder of her daughter. And that woman has kept in touch with Carol Ann ever since. And that contact is making her so much better.
Exactly.
And on the way back, now you will read symbolism into this, but I'm just telling you what happened. It could have been somebody shot a crow and all the feathers were on the ground and then hadn't been shot on the way up. But on the way down, every step on the way down the blinking mountain, a white feather. Bum, 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 bum.
Because you were put on that lady's path.
It's amazing.
For a reason. Yeah.
Crazy stuff. So your course is happening when?
The 31st of August. It's a workshop. It's a 1-day workshop. And
Where?
It's called In Slieve Gullion in the Hawthorne Suite.
Yes.
And it's called Fly with the Angels, and the fly stands for First Love Yourself, because we're so busy looking after everybody else that we forget to fill ourselves up first.
I don't care about others. I just love me and sit there and enjoy my life.
That's good. Yeah, then you can go on and share all that.
Don't want to share it. They might steal it from me.
I don't think so. I think you have plenty to give. But it's actually, on a serious note, there's a lot of women who come to me who are absolutely running on empty.
Wow. Are you making a mistake here? Are you kind of stereotypically saying that men are tough and are alpha males and don't run on empty?
Absolutely not. Look at our town, Rowan. Look at our town. The hurts that aren't been looked at and dealt with and are manifesting as so many suicides and things like that. No. Absolutely not. I'm just saying it up until now.
Women have come forward.
Women, but at the minute as well, even at the weekend, there was a man walked up to me, didn't know anything about what I do, and started talking to me about something, and it was no fluke that it was me he was talking to, because I could then, he needed help, and then I could point him in the right direction. But no, it's very much about dealing with the hurt and healing the hurt, and then going on forward and living the life that, if you pray hard enough and it's for you, it's not going to pass you. It's not going to pass you. And angels have been trivialised so much in recent years, I feel. The whole parking angel and all the ornaments and things like that. They're very, very powerful creatures that can actually, once you invite them into your life, they will not intervene without you inviting them, because you are born with your free will.
I see you have a cross around your neck.
Yeah, the angel wing.
You're a Christian person, are you? And that's important to you.
Very much so.
Why do you go to angels and not to Jesus?
I always go to God first.
God first?
Yeah.
And you reckon they're messengers from God?
That's exactly what they are. For thousands of years they've been messengers. It's just, this is our time now.
What about all the bad ones, the ones that fell? Are you sure you don't have a bad one?
Just protect myself well.
Listen, it's lovely talking to you.
Thank you very much.
And I think people should go and,
well, it's just a day.
It's a healing experience.
It's a healing. There's going to be meditation. There's a workshop written, and a lot of it has been guided. When I put pen to paper, a lot of the messages are the messages are actually channeled.
Yeah.
Stuff I can't possibly know. It's amazing. And it's just, there's so much there to get through on the one day even.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ray
So
Markey,
whoever's to be there,
thank you. The date again?
The 31st of August.
31st of August at Slieve Gullion. What time?
Starting about 9:30.
9:30 in the morning, Slieve Gullion. You'll see this lady, Maria Markey, there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll play you some music now. Go well, Sean.